the project?
Now, it's not released until the middle of the year, but our entertainment correspondent Hyla got a sneak peek into the new animated comedy Despicable Me 2, catching up with the stars Kristen Wiig and Steve Carell.
It was the 2010 animated smash hit Despicable Me that first united Steve Carell and Kristen Wiig. Well, in voice at least. Making over $500 million, the sequel is now on the way. As a sneak peek into Despicable Me 2 that opens later in the year, our Hollywood correspondent Hyla sat down with the stars to talk about working together and flexing their vocal muscles.
What's your kind of voice warm-up technique? Red leather, yellow leather?
Generally, I get in front of a microphone and I just start screaming. And then I scream for about 3 or 4 hours, and that's the voice session.
That sounds like a perfect way to warm them up.
It's good. It's good to not damage your vocal cords by no warm-up and just screaming.
Do you get a chance to work with Kristen directly, or are you guys separate kind of booths, separate kind of days? How does it work for this film?
Completely separate.
And you requested that, I'm sure.
I did, because from what I've heard, I've met her a few times. Not a pleasant person. So I just figured it would be better if we never made eye contact, never saw each other.
I hate to bring up this touchy subject, but when I spoke with Steve, and I
don't want to talk about Steve.
Working with Kristen, he's like, oh, I'm glad we're not working on the same day.
Yeah, because he's...
I heard she's difficult.
He's very difficult.
So he's the difficult one?
Yeah, he's difficult.
Why is that?
I just think all the success that he's had, he has to have the bigger dressing room. I had to record in a back closet because that's what he wanted me to record.
He was actually very complimentary.
No.
He loves you.
He's the best. Steve Carell. How do you not love Steve Carell?
She's great. I'm a huge Kristen Wiig fan. She's playing my love interest in Anchorman.
Tamlin Weather.
Well, one of her last big, I guess, on-screen romances is John Hamm. How do you feel you stack up to him?
What now? See, why? Now you're just being sort of mean.
Not at all. I actually think if I had to choose between you or John, I would go to you.
You're fishing. You're clearly just trying to embarrass me.
Never.
On camera.
That's impossible.
How do you stack up? Her last love interest was Brad Pitt. How does that make you feel? How do you stack up to John Hamm or Brad Pitt? How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel good? You know what? I could take John Hamm.